broke on June the 1st, 1974. Brenda Carol Ball met her untimely end at the hands of Ted Bundy, marking his 5th official murder victim. Brenda was known to all as a free-spirited individual, a lively girl with captivating brown eyes and cascading brown hair. Merely 2 weeks before, she was pursuing her studies at Highline Community College. It appears that she was in the midst of discovering herself, as was the popular notion at the time. At just 22 years old, she had her whole life ahead of her, sharing an apartment in Burien, a blue-collar suburb of King County, with 2 roommates. Memorial Day weekend had arrived, and on that Friday, May the 31st, 1974, she informed her roommates at around 2 p.m. that she intended to visit the Flame Tavern, a local bar, before attempting to hitch a ride to Sun Lakes. Sun Lakes, situated on the eastern side of Seattle, held a special place in the hearts of many as a sought-after campground and park. The weekend getaway had been eagerly anticipated by the group of friends. Filled with laughter and anticipation, little did they realize it would be the final glimpse Brenda's roommates would have of her. Brenda and her friends were regulars at the Flame Tavern, a place they knew all too well. This gritty neighborhood joint had a seedy reputation, with constant complaints about the unruly patrons, noise levels, and frequent brawls erupting in the parking lot. The locals had even given it a nickname, the Flame. It came as no surprise to the local police when missing persons were last seen at this notorious establishment. Brenda was a regular at the Flame, where she had a group of friends she often met up with. Being a local, she was very familiar with the area. On that Friday night, she seemed as cheerful and friendly as ever to everyone at the Flame. It appears that she had an absolute blast, relishing every moment until the late hours of the night, staying until the doors closed at 2 a.m. When she approached one of the musicians for a lift, he hesitated, as his destination was in the opposite direction. Rumor has it that she was a tad anxious about securing a ride, but it was well known that Brenda did not shy away from hitchhiking every now and then. It was reported by Flame patrons that she had tried hitchhiking on the morning of Saturday, June the 1st, and was later spotted chatting with a man wearing a sling in the Flame parking lot. Soon after, she mysteriously disappeared. When Brenda failed to make an appearance at Sun Lakes, her roommates remained unfazed, understanding her adventurous spirit. They guessed she had probably linked up with other buddies or set off on a spontaneous weekend escapade. Brenda's roommates only realized she was missing after almost 3 weeks had passed. In the meantime, Brenda had not returned to their shared apartment, taken any of her belongings, checked her bank account, or reached out to her parents, who were living nearby. March of 1975 marked a somber turning point. The eerie secrets of Taylor Mountain were finally unveiled. Amidst the barren landscape, the shocking discovery of 3 human skulls and a lower mandible sent shivers down the spines of all who learned of it. It was this grim revelation that confirmed Brenda's tragic fate, as she too had fallen prey to the predator, who would later be revealed as none other than Ted Bundy. Among the haunting remains, Brenda's skull bore the weight of unimaginable violence, its fractured state a chilling testament to the merciless force that had befallen her. It took many years for any information to surface regarding Brenda's fate, and it was only when her killer was about to be executed that the truth began to unfold. According to Ted's narrative, Brenda voluntarily accompanied him from the Flame to his Seattle rooming house. He vaguely referred to their encounter as more or less consensual. It was only when Brenda had fallen into a deep slumber or lost consciousness that Ted gave in to his inner demons and ended her life. Strangely, he conveniently omitted any explanation regarding the circumstances leading to Brenda's skull being cracked. Ted's deceitful nature was evident as he spun various tales on different occasions. Brenda may have innocently agreed to join him in his car and later at his home, seeking companionship that evening, unaware that she had unknowingly entered the vehicle of a heartless, twisted murderer. It is conceivable that Brenda willingly entered his car, trusting that she would be taken to the safety of her home. However, it is also plausible that she became another victim of a horrifying assault in the parking lot, struck with a devastating blow from a crowbar, rendering her unconscious or lifeless. Subsequently, she was driven away from the Flame, with only her head being discovered at Taylor Mountain, while her body remains missing. In the eyes of her friends, Brenda was not only pretty, but also incredibly sweet and nurturing. At the tender age of 22, she had yet to uncover her calling in life. However, fate had a different plan for her when she unexpectedly crossed paths with the notorious Ted Bundy. Let us make one thing clear. Ted Bundy was no charismatic or misunderstood individual. In reality, he was a true monster